everyone, and welcome back to Flight Simulator X, where today we're in Phoenix, Arizona. We're going to be doing a flight from Phoenix, Arizona to San Diego, and the airplane is pretty much cold and dark right now. We're going to start the battery up and all that good stuff, so let's get inside and get on our way. Alrighty, first thing we want to do is pop up here to our battery, little door here that's open. Turn the battery on. This is the right clicking is the door there, so we'll close the door on the battery. Let that start up. We'll turn our IRSs to nav, all three of those. It'll take 17 seconds for those to come online. And while we can do that, we can go ahead and start the APU. Let the APU fire up. It's on the run mode there, like so. And we're just waiting for it to pop online with everybody. Come on, baby. There it is, just like that. Okay. All right, that looks cool. Let's just double check everything in here. Those are good. Hydraulic pumps are happy. Looks good. Everybody here. We just kind of go up and down on our flow here. Entry doors open, we know that. We can go to this. Let's turn our smoking signs and seatbelt signs on. And turn our isolation valve on. We'll leave it off for now until we do our push and start. So let's go ahead and set up our FMC. So let's start with the position init page. Showing us in Phoenix. Yes, that is correct. So what we want to do is do our route, and we're going to go KPHX here, Phoenix. We're going to be going to KSAN, which is San Diego, like so. So now we have that in there. Let's go to the init ref page now. 5.0 on our reserves. Let's do a cost index of let's cut it down today to 77. All right, let's do flight level 320, so we can put 320 there, and bam, like so. We can go to our takeoff page here, and we'll be doing flaps 15, acceleration height of 1,000, looks good. V1 speed's gonna be 145, VR 150, V2 154. Let's go to our departure page here. And on here, we're going to be doing the Moby 3 out of Phoenix. So we want to do departure, Moby 3. And we're going to be doing the Golf Bravo November transition. I believe we're going to be on runway 7 something, but let's find that out real fast. Let's cheat.
Sky Harbor ground, Delta at 1332 with Golf. Request taxi for takeoff, straight out departure. Delta at 1332, taxi to and hold short of runway 7 left. Taxiway
7 left, alrighty.
Contact tower on 118.7
7 left for us.
Taxi to and hold short runway 7 left using taxiway Delta.
Alright, cool, that looks good. And then we'll do our arrival page here. And we're going to be doing the Lindy 3 arrival. Probably runway 27, I would imagine. So we'll just say RNAV 27 with a India Papa Lima transition there. So that looks good. Let's go to the route page and activate that, execute it. She's going to be talking there. Alrighty, our pre-flight is complete, and she's talking to us. We're getting ready for gate departure, so let's go ahead and flip our red beacon light on. Let them know down on the ground we're ready to go, essentially. Alrighty, they're going to be pulling the jetway away from us, like so. Waiting for them to do that. There it goes. And we can push and start once they clear the jetway. Beacon light is on. And our flight attendants are telling them they're ready to go, which we are. Alrighty, brakes released, and we can go ahead and push. Clear to push. There we go, like so. Let's go ahead and start engine 1. So what we need to do is turn our packs off. Isolation valve on. Like so. And let's go ahead and turn engine ignition to both. Starting to. Oh, shut up, people. you go.
Welcome aboard. So before we depart, we'll be showing a brief safety presentation.
All right, they're doing their safety presentation, all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and start engine number 1. We have a good start there.
Should now be stored securely. Your mobile phones and other electronic devices.
And they're going to complete the push.
May not be used in flight at any time. You will find a list of approved electronic devices in the in-flight information section of Sky Magazine. Adjust the strap so its low and tighter clasps relax. To release the belt, just lift the top of the buckle or press the latch to release. With the posted
All right, we have good ones there. Let's go ahead and kill our APU.
As well as any crew member instructions. Smoking is not allowed.
Turn our packs on so everybody can have their
All exits are clearly
AC back there. Looks good. 10,000 on our altitude initially. 250 on our MCP for the guy there. We are going to do a derate to take off. So let's go ahead and set that real fast. Temperature here. Let's go with a 42 Celsius for our derate, like so. Looks good to me.
Please let us know if you have any questions.
Flight directors are on.
And finally,
Our throttles are armed for now. We are clear to taxi to runway 7 left.
Thanks for your attention. Enjoy your flight.
This is an hour flight, so that's why I want to get on our way today, so we don't have to deal with that. Flaps 15. More power than that. Oh, shut up. It does that because we don't have the flaps are currently in transit, and we're giving it a little bit too much power for what the airplane's computer, what it likes. So let's go ahead and taxi out of here. Let's double check our route on our way out here. All right, we'll go to our legs page and have a look at our flight as we taxi out of here. Heading of 078 on our departure, heading 075 to Moby. We go to GBN to IPL. Let's go ahead and flip this sucker over here to plan mode so we can step through it and look at it as well. So we hit step, we go through the steps here as we get out of here onto the thing. Let's go check out the progressive taxi to the right. Okay. Stepping through, there's Kumba, Greed, Jack, Mora, Lucky, and then on to Lindy. So no discontinuities or anything. Everything looks good. We're getting a little bit closer to our runway, so let's go ahead and select our auto brakes RTO. Quick run over everything. 250 for our speed in case we need that. 10,000 feet on departure. Let's have a look-see down here. We're at flaps 15 for takeoff. Trim is in the green. Everybody looks good. All right, there's our flight attendant's announcement as we get closer to the runway. Alrighty, right before we take our runway, we're going to call up tower here and let them know we're ready to go. Once we do that, I normally would set EPR on the auto throttles, but I've been having a problem with it only activating one throttle. Again, I'm not sure why it's doing that. So we'll just manually advance it to the detent for our D rate, which is the green little arrow right there on the EPR. We are clear for takeoff though. White will come on, wing lights will come on. Clear for takeoff. We can turn our lane lights on. Everybody happy. We don't need our taxiway, so taxi lights for departure. So we won't worry about it. So we'll go ahead and line out here like so. There's a cool Southwest airplane landing. Runway 7 left. We'll advance our throttles to about right here. Let them stabilize like so. and advance to our EPR setting, which is right about there. And takeoff thrust set. Wait for our guy to call out our speeds.
80 knots.
80 knots cross check. I say cross check because on my tape it shows 80 knots as well as his. Close to V1 here.
Rotate.
Rotating.
V2.
1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. That's how you rotate a 757. There's our positive rate. Gear can come up.
Positive rate. Gear up.
Sky Harbor Tower, make straight in, runway 8, altimeter, 2980. Fly
Flaps
straight in,
5.
runway 8,
Flap 5 up.
19.2 for US Air 267.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1 with cleaner up. So we're flying the VNAV as we turn out for our intercept onto Moby. So they want us to go to that heading 01 or 075 on the departure, which we did. But I'm going to show you a little trick. We don't need that in the FMC, so we'll just delete it out of the way and we'll go direct to Moby. And then once we do that, we can continue on. So let's do that real fast. Let's go open that up. Let's say delete, heading to 105 like so. Then we'll click on Moby, put him to him, and we'll hit execute like so. Now we can hit LNAV. So now the airplane will fly the L navigation, and we will continue our climb out of Phoenix. Alrighty, we can let this thing go all the way up to our flight level. 320. Alright, we crossed to 10,000 feet. We turn our landing lights off like so. And let's go ahead and turn off the fastest seatbelt sign so they can move about. And portable electronics will be good to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the use of approved portable electronic devices is now permitted.
Alrighty, that was our little announcement to let everybody know they can use their portable electronic devices as we climb our way to flight level 320 today. Beautiful day. Wind just 06423 just out of our tail. We're gonna have a nice tailwind down to San Diego. Actually, it's kind of across to San Diego. With the cloud level right here at about 14,000 feet. Just some light cumulonimbus clouds, otherwise known as CB. Alrighty, we're over Moby now, and we're going to turn towards the Golf Bravo November VOR as the airplane is making its right turn through that as we climb through the clouds, which is pretty cool. Pretty neat looking today. I love flying out of Phoenix. I haven't flown out of Phoenix in a while, and it's even more fun to go down to San Diego. San Diego's got a really interesting approach, and if we are doing indeed what I think we're doing, runway 27 arrival in there like we have set up, then we will be landing right through the city, essentially. We kind of come right over the city of downtown. So it's a really interesting approach. All right, we're over Golf Bravo November, and now we will continue on to our India Pampa Lima, which will be the next VOR along the way, as we can do our small little update here. That's 142 miles to get to there, and then we just do our arrival into San Diego, so not too bad. Let's have a look at our progress chart here. We crossed over GBN at flight level 208, which would be 20,800 feet. And we continue on to our top climb there. As you can see, it's starting to show up on the PFD down there. The EHSI. The PFD would be on the top. So we go from IPL, then we go to Cumba, and then we'll be in San Diego at 223 miles on that. So we're showing to arrive there at 2229Z. Someone wanted to know what 2229 Zulu meant, and that is just universal time code. So it's kind of like GMT or UTC, same kind of thing. So it's always the same time whenever you look at it from that way. So not too much longer to go. All right, we're getting closer to our top of climb here today. Really cool. I just wanted to show you these clouds here in this area, like as we're coming through the layer between the two decks. So it's pretty awesome. I love the way it looks. Pretty neat flight today, as it's absolutely beautiful. Almost to our top of climb, as you can see it down there. Right right there, that green TC there, that's our top of climb. So we will reach flight level 320 once we hit that. Alrighty, we're just almost to our top of descent here, and then we will move on to India Papa Lima, which will be that VOR, and then we will do the Lindy 3 arrival into San Diego. So things will be happening pretty soon. I went ahead and threw the on the MCP here.
The captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign.
Yes, I have. I'll do it now.
Your seatbelt is securely fastened.
There we have
Prepare
it.
for landing, it will be necessary to collect
On the
all service
MCP,
items,
we've
as well
got
as any other
5,000
items
feet
wished to discard, such as newspapers.
on there. Oh, why did I do that? Let me show you right here. 5,000 feet on there, so the FMC will go down to 5,000 feet. That's the last altitude on the star, so I figured we'd do that so we don't have to remember it or anything like that. So now the airplane's in its descent mode. We might have to use some drag. I'm not really sure, but you know how that works. It'll pop up and let us know if we have to use drag. So let's see how 5 IPL crossing at 247. So we might have to use some drag to make it, but it's looking like it's starting to make it already. I don't know what it's doing, it's just maintaining our speed. Alrighty, we have the speed brakes out as we're going to try to listen to the FMC before it starts to bitch at us for the drag. I know we're going to need drag. I looked at the, when you look at the progress page here, you can see that they want you to cross IPL 247. We're almost IPL. We might almost make it, mainly because the drag. I think we were going a little too fast, so we wanted to slow the airplane up. The 757 is a pretty fast airplane. So once we cross IPL, we'll be moving our way to Kumbaya, which is not Kumbaya, but the name of the intersection is Kumba. And you can see here, really cool, we have on the TCAS, we've got plus 17 diamond there in front of us. Well, another one over there on the left, that's our traffic in the area. So that's an airplane that's 1,900 feet above us, actually now 2,000 feet. So he's on a climb out of probably San Diego, which we don't see him on here yet. And maybe we won't ever run into him, but he's out there into that line of haze, as you can see. Airplane's making its turn now towards Kumba. Alrighty, getting a little bit closer to Kumba here, and then we're going to go on to Greed, and then Jack, and then Mora, and then Lucky is going to be part of the arrival as we cross the mountains. I think that's a lot of the reason why you'll see a lot of these different kind of altitude restrictions as we come through there. As you can see, we got 285 at 17,200, 285. We cross Mora at 8,000 feet, and then Lucky at 6,100. And then you can see Lindy's at 5,000 feet, obviously 250 knots, because 250 knots is the speed limit below 10,000 feet, if you guys didn't know that already. Right now, we're just, before we start the star, just so I don't forget, I'm going to go ahead and set auto brakes 2, so we have that set for when we land. And we're going to double check before we land and make sure that the speed brakes will indeed work with us today. So I will definitely be double checking that. Alrighty, we're crossing Kumba now. We're going to continue on to Greed intersection, and we just crossed through 18,000 feet. So let's do the local altimeter setting, which we could actually figure that out by somebody else, but we're not using the ATC obviously. So let's just hit the B key and cheat. And looks like the local altimeter is going to be 28 something, 2977. So that means it's a high pressure system, and that's the reason why it's so beautiful out here today. Starting to cross through the mountains into California, and then we will be in San Diego before you know it. Alright, we're crossing over Greed now, and we're going to be going to Jack, so I'm going to go ahead and turn LNAV off, as we're going to fly ourselves here in a second. So let's go to a much shorter thing there, like so. There we have it. Oh, no, a little closer to that. Actually, no, we'll let the airplane fly itself right now. Okay, we're getting close to Jack intersection now, or we were crossing it pretty much, and then we're going to Nora. So there's Mora as we cross over some unknown lake down there. That's pretty cool looking. So we're below almost the 10,000 feet. We're getting ready for that. Everything looks good up on the top. Nobody's yelling at us. We got more than enough fuel. We need more drag, okay? Drag's required. Alrighty, crossing through 10,000 feet, so landing lights are going to come on. And we should hear our announcements soon as they prepare the cabin for arrival. We're getting close to Mora, and then we're going to be continuing on to Lucky. Alrighty, we're crossing Mora now, and on to Lucky we go. So the airplane's going to make a little turn to the right, and then we're going to join Lucky intersection, and then a little left to the turn to Lindy. And then from Lindy, we'll be on a nice intercept for runway 27, which we'll be doing a visual approach to. All right, real quick, let's have a look at our approach ref. And our gross rate's at 23.6.0. VREF is looking like 158 plus whatever the winds are going to be when we get there. So around 160 knots. So 158 for that, for flaps 20, which we will be doing. Or sorry, we're going to San Diego, so we're going to be doing flaps 25. So 150 on our ref. The reason why I say that is because San Diego's got a little shorter runway. So we'll be landing on 25-degree flap, 150 plus whatever the VREF is going to, or the wind's going to be when we get closer. And then once we make it there, we are looking like a course of 272, 110.9 if we wanted to do that. So see, 9,400 foot runway and on runway 27. So we'll be on the ground shortly. Alrighty, and we're crossing Lucky intersection now, and we're going to be going direct to Lindy. And then from Lindy, we'll just do a visual approach onto runway 27, which is pretty hazy, so we might actually end up using the ILS, but I don't think we really need to, so I think it'll clear up once we get a little closer. As we get closer. So let's go ahead and turn LNAV off as we've got it from here. Just continue this path right along here. Let's go ahead and descend down to about 4,000 feet. Let's continue on down to 2,000 feet as we line up onto the runway.
2,500.
We'll be following somebody in as well, so let's go ahead and call them up.
Lindbergh Tower, Delta 1332, pit 13 miles east with Echo land.
Flaps
Delta
1.
1332, Lindbergh Tower, make straight in, runway 27, altimeter 2991.
Straight in 27 for us.
Make straight in, runway 27, Delta 1332.
Start slowing the airplane down. manually as auto throttles have been disengaged. And we're flying the airplane ourselves right now. So we can go ahead and kill that guy. Let's go flaps 5. We've got the runway in sight right off our nose.
In preparation for landing, please return all seat backs and tray tables to their upright
We go-
and still position.
Go ahead and disengage our autopilot. Ah, look at that. I had faith that it would clear up as we moved through the mountains, and it did. So let's go ahead and go to about 2,500 feet or so, and then we will fly the Happy. Let's go gear down. And flaps 15, please. There we go. Now we're right about on the glide slope where we want to be. And let's arm our spoilers like so for landing.
Clear to land. Runway 27.
Clear land.
737 on short final.
Clear land.
Clear to land. Runway
27.
Delta 1332.
Let's trim our airplane a little bit more here. There we go. Let her settle down. Let's go flaps 20.
Flight attendants, please be seated for arrival.
We are doing that. There's downtown San Diego. Got some friends that live here in San Diego. Tommy and my friend Tommy and Dawn. So hello to them if they're ever watching the video, which sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I have no idea, but it's a hello to them. All right, we're just kind of staying flat right now and letting the airplane fall. What I'm doing is I'm slowing it down pretty good because I want to
Checklist.
landing checklists complete.
Down in 3 green.
Flaps.
Flaps for landing 25. Let the airplane waddle back and forth here so we get a little slower speed. I want to make sure we did that so we wouldn't be on top of that 737 that was landing. 1,000 feet. Let the airplane settle. We're just a tad high, but it's just from being rusty on the approach into runway 27. It's kind of difficult because you come right over the buildings there, but we're right on the glide slope now. 500 looks good on the radio as well.
400.
400. A little high, a little low. Just kind of take it easy on down.
Minimums.
Approaching our minimums, which would be if we were to break through the
200.
clouds. That would have been our minimums for that approach. 100 feet above. Still fly the glide slope like so. Looking good. That'd be a neat spot to take pictures of airplanes right there off of that parking garage we just came across. Start our flare here. We don't really need too much.
40,
There's the piano keys.
30.
Let's pull them down
20,
to idle. Bring up that nose. Bring up the nose. And down we are. We still fly the airplane. Let the nose settle beautifully. There we go, like so. We have it full reverse thrust. And we're going to use pretty much most of it. But there is 60 knots. We will release it. And we'll let the airplane roll off of there. Auto brakes are off. And looks good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be taxiing for the next few minutes.
Yes, we will.
So please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened.
Gotta love it. We have the same flight attendant, same cruise last time when we went to Kansas City.
At that time, please remember to check around your seating area, in the seat pockets, and overhead bins for all personal belongings that you brought on board.
We'll park next to that
Please take care
75 there.
when opening the overhead bins, as the
Over to ground,
contents
see ya,
may be
thanks.
shifted during
Going to
flight.
123.9er, Delta 1332.
All right, as we taxi into the gate, we can go ahead and turn our APU on. Like so. Bring our flaps up. Speed brake is retracted. We're going to park over here next to the other 7.5 on the end. Once the AP's on, bus will be happy there. Like a soul. Okay. I just checking my view distance there as we taxi into gate 41. Then we have a little marshaller with a little black box around him for some reason, but we'll follow him as we... I love the black box he has around him. He's saying to go forward. Okay. I know. We're going to turn on to it. Just hang on. I know. Oh, a little bit too much thrust there. I know as the... I'm comfortable with the airplane more than he is. A little bit more power. Very heavy. What's interesting is that when I was selecting what airplane to fly... Come on, a little more power. When I was selecting a little more... the airplane to fly, the variant, in the Quality Wings livery manager, where you set up everything for your all of your weights or your fuel and everything that's on board. Not the fuel so much, but it should have been set, but it wasn't. It had like 100% fuel, and we had 50% everything default. So we had a little high landing weights and everything. So the airplane was pretty heavy today. Keep following the little guy down there. So he wants us to stop. Hello. A little to the right. Okay. I'm trying here, buddy. Oh, now he wants me to stop. Shut up. God, I don't know how a 757 captain deals with that. There we go. We have stopped that. So let's go ahead and shut the engines down. Like so. And we can go red light off, white light off. We didn't turn our strobe off, but sometimes that happens whenever you land at a short runway. You just kind of fly in to the thing. Oop, we blinded him on the way in. Sorry. Oh, well, it happens. So APU is on. Everything's good there. Let's go ahead and deboard everybody by opening our doors. So let's go to views, instrument panel, and Quality Wings control panel. They'll set the wheel chocks outside. We'll open our L2 main entry door, and we will call it a flight. Once again, I'm hoping you guys are enjoying the FSX series, as I'm having a lot of fun bringing it to you. It's been fun flying the Quality Wings 757, and hopefully some of you guys that don't have it will check it out and maybe purchase it, because I'm telling you what, the flight dynamics and everything on this thing, absolutely superb. So I'll see you guys next time as we take to the skies once again. Take care, guys.